So in the last video, we talked about what Apple would do in 2017. But in this video, let's give some love to our own Android. Let's get started. Now while editing the video, I realized this is already the January 1st of 2017. What that means, this is the time for me to wish you guys a very happy new year. But besides this is also the time for me to thank you guys for all your support, for all your views, your subscription, everything that you gave us in 2016. You made the channel what it is today. You made all of this possible. Without your support, nothing would have happened. And I'm sure with your support, this channel would never stop. So guys, today's predictions, I want to split it up into 5 major predictions. 5 major things that I believe are going to be done in the Android world in 2017. Now the first one is, we will obviously see a new version of Android that will be launched at the Google I/O event, presumably held at this May. Now this is going to be Android 8.0. Now if you do the alphabet in your head, you'll realize it is going to be O as well. What that means is presumably Android is going to be called Android Oreo, or maybe even Orange Candy, but I'm more willing to bet my money at Oreo, seeing the track record of Google. Now what I also believe is that Google is going to restrict what OEMs can do on their smartphones using Android. What that means is, sweetheart, if you want Play Store, you need to play it good. What that means to the end user is that the user experience across different OEMs, across different manufacturers is going to be very much similar and very much consistent. I wish that Google gives us end-to-end full backup and restore support. I'm not talking about backing up one app on this phone. I'm talking about backing up the entire thing on this phone and then restoring it the way it was. And that should be built in stock Android. Because iPhones have it. Windows phones have it. I don't know why Google isn't giving it to us. Now this is something like wireless charging for iPhones. People want it, companies know that people want it and it is important, but they somehow choose to ignore it, for Christ's sake. Now, another thing is that this version of Android might not see a huge design departure. Rather, the design would remain similar, just the way it has been happening since Lollipop. But we would see a lot of improvement under the hood, a lot of bug fixes, a lot of new added features that would make Android way more consistent, way more reliable, and way more smoother in day-to-day use. That is what has made, I guess, Nougat the best Android version out there in terms of, again, reliability and consistency. Now, the second thing. This year we saw Google launch its own flagship Android device with its own branding on it, called the Pixel phone obviously. Now this phone has turned out to be really amazing. Next year we might see a successor to this phone, and this might not be called actually the Pixel 2, rather I'm betting my money on it being called the Pixel Prime. Now again, it's going to be a two-brother affair, the larger one and the smaller one. Both of them would have similar specs, but the only difference is going to be the screen size and the battery size, because it's physically like big and small and stuff. Other than that, we do not expect to see a lot of differences. We are obviously also going to see better camera. We don't know the precise megapixel count, but it's going to be better. We are going to see both of them have, at least one of them have a quad HD affair, and we expect to see 6 gigs of RAM on board. Now the third thing. By the way, these phones would come out only by the Q4 of 2017, so don't hold your cash. The third thing, a new Nexus phone is coming out. Nah, I'm just kidding you. I'm just a sadistic bad person. I'm evil. Nexuses are dead. They are lying in their graves, and well, rest in peace, Nexus. So we are going to, but in terms of returning, we might actually see Google return to the augmented reality market. Now we know what happened to the original Google Glass. It fell face down and it was horrible. But anyways, Google might actually want to be coming back to the augmented reality market. The market has changed, the time has changed, a lot of things have changed now. So maybe Google could actually try their hand and actually win at it, maybe make a big chunk in the segment. Who knows? We do not know that what they are going to launch. We do not know what it is going to be. Maybe it is going to be a newer and a more refined version of Google Glass. But if I was at their place, I would make sure it looks a lot more stylish and a lot more like something I would be more comfortable taking outdoor and public. Because if you wore the original Google Glass in public, you would look like a Jedi or something. Coming to the fourth thing. Now you might be wondering what the hell is going on with the Android tablet market. We haven't been hearing anything for almost a year now. There's nothing in the news, no big launches, nothing. Maybe even Google thought so, and hence they are planning to launch a successor to their ever so famous Pixel C. If you do not know, because well, a year is a long time in tech world. Pixel C is the flagship standard for the Android tablets that Google launched about a year ago again. Now they might actually take the Pixel along with them in giving the tablet this overhaul. Now what we believe is this time we would see a marriage between Android and Chrome OS. This is not going to be something just working together. This is going to be a perfect marriage. Now Google has been talking about this again and again. We have seen Android apps work on Chrome OS. We have seen a lot of things happening in this direction, but this time this is going to be like a perfect work together marriage kind of thing. Maybe even in the next update they would push out Chrome OS for the new version of Android. Now we do not know if it is going to be something like Android Honeycomb. If you do not remember Honeycomb, it was a version of Android made specifically for tablets. Maybe it would be something similar, maybe it could be something different, we do not know for sure, but what we know is Google is going to push the mark in terms of the tablet segment, and they are going to do that by keeping the Pixel name with them. The Pixel with them. We don't know if the name is, mostly the name will stick, because the fifth thing is that if you have a Pixel phone, if you have a Pixel tablet, what else could you want? What could you ask for? A Pixel Wear maybe. And that is what Google thought at least. Next year we might see a flagship Android Wear named Pixel Wear or Pixel Watch something. We don't know the name, I'm not the CEO, right? It will be Pixel something, Pixel Wear, Pixel Watch something. It is going to be a flagship Android Wear by the branding of Google. And I am super excited already to see it. Now that's all 5 predictions, I guess, right? No, we all love free stuff, and hence there's a bonus. Now, this isn't really a prediction, so I wouldn't put it in the points, but this is something that I'm really expecting to see in the future. Now, this year Google launched something called the Google Home. It was supposed to be a smart speaker, which turned out to be not so smart. Not so smart because if you have ever had any experience with it, any chance to play with it, you would have realized every time you asked it to, remind you about something, it would say, I cannot do that yet. Ask it to call somebody, ask it to text somebody, it would say, I cannot do that yet. But here, yet is the keyword. Maybe Google will actually improve the Google Home speaker and make it really smart compared to not so smart that it is right now. Maybe it will get all those features. And I also want it to have a better third-party integration. What that means is that you would be able to book an Uber just by talking to the speaker, and then you could buy things off of Amazon. The same way you can do it on Amazon Echo. You can book a Uber, you can buy stuff from Amazon. For doing that, a better third-party integration is required, which currently Google Home lacks. So Google improving it, and Google making better third-party integration would actually make Google Home a much better solution than not just Amazon Echo, but I guess compared to anything else in the market out there, because it has the Google search engine backing it. It has the data that is coming from our Android smartphones, from our Google searches, from our YouTube, from whatnot. And that would make that speaker much smarter and much better than anything else in the market. I guess that's it guys for this video. If you think I missed something, let me know in the comment below. Hit like if you think you liked the video, hit dislike if you think it sucked. Subscribe so that you do not miss any of those good or bad stuff, whatever you believe it is. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.